Oh, sorry, y'all. Whoever's gonna catch the replay, whoever's gonna catch the replay. Sorry. We're trying to. We gotta both come in. Hey.
How's it going, everybody?
Hold on, I'm trying to get TikTok up. Give us a minute. Is that
Y'all doing all right today? I've been really looking forward to this all day, to be honest.
where's everybody?
Oh, they will be here.
The right man doesn't need convincing. He just needs a woman worth.
And they will come.
Oh Lord. What in the world?
Build it and they will come.
Oh, hold on, let me go this way. I'm trying to get TikTok up, y'all. You call us lovebirds? Oh, look at TikTok. TikTok got a good view of us. Oh man, we need to go live there. Oh, I don't know, y'all.
We're going to do that next week.
Yeah. Maybe we need to move this back a little.
We just moved that.
Let me see if I can go live on TikTok. Oh.
So we looking so forward to having this conversation with y'all today.
Practice. I don't want practice. I don't want to. How do I go live?
I look forward to days where we can do this in a studio somewhere where you guys can be right there with us and we can have a live conversation. I'll be missing stuff trying to read text.
This mode is only visible to you. You'll have at least 30 seconds. I don't want to practice. Why can't I just go live?
Maybe if you can't do that, we just need to go on and we can play with that later.
Hold on. I refuse to be defeated. I refuse.
Well, it's so good to have y'all on. This is Terrence and Jill, A God-Ordained Union. And as we've said in the past, we've been together. Hey, we in the month now.
Yes, we are. We got an anniversary coming up,
so
y'all.
We are amped up.
Yes.
Amped up.
You notice that we both wearing glasses?
Hey, look.
Did you notice that they were from the dollar store?
Here's the thing about the glasses.
Aish, you created a TikTok account?
Here's the thing about the glasses. We have gone to restaurants and have to switch glasses because one of us, most time is me, will leave the glasses at home or in the car and can't even read the menu.
And I'd be so mad. I'd be like, hey, Keisha. I'd be like, why did you bring your glasses? Now we got to share the menu? Like, I like this view. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on, y'all.
Baby, look, we got 46 people on here. They don't need to be watching.
I know.
You playing.
I'm not playing. I can't even get out of here. Let me see. Let me see how this looks. You looking for them single save men? Dollar Tree, 20. Yeah, we got like 20 pair black ones.
Yeah, but it's time to go to the doctor and say, check the eyes out.
And I got good glasses.
Check it out.
Look at that. Look at that. That's what we need to be right there.
Well, we need to be right here in the moment.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. I got to listen to my husband.
Uh-oh. I might have to pay for that comment later.
I don't know. I can't go on. Y'all, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
Pray
How
for me,
y'all doing? How
Pray for
y'all
me.
doing?
Pray for me, y'all.
My phone is stuck.
That's the enemy right there.
What's wrong with my phone?
That's
You
the
saved single but 70 years old? 70 years young. Love your video. I missed that comment. We missed that comment. Greetings from Baltimore. Hey, homegirl. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. Oh, my gosh. Greetings from Baltimore. Jesus loves you. Have a great day. Yes, Jesus loves you too. Hey, y'all. Hold on.
Come on, baby, before we lose everybody.
Y'all don't leave us. Don't leave us. I don't like that my phone is stuck.
Hey, what's going on, Triangle area?
Hey, hey from Alabama. I don't understand this.
It's called the enemy, baby.
Okay, y'all. I'm about to block. We'll have to block that person. All right. Mature ladies are wives in waiting room. It ain't over until it's over. That's right, Aisha. That's right. Are you able to expand your screen? We can't. We can't. And I know you all had suggestions for us to different ways, but YouTube, we have to go vertical on YouTube. So we've been really encouraging to you. Amen. To God be the glory.
Mm-hmm.
Hey ATL.
God be the glory.
To God be the glory. Let me sit over more. All right. That's what it's gonna be. All right, baby. You introduced us.
I have. We're Terrence and Jill, A God-Ordained Union. 3 years in.
Marriage, yes.
In marriage and still going. We're going to have our 3rd year anniversary in about 22 days. So we're looking forward to that.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta. There's some spammers in here. Yeah. So if you are in the waiting room, or you searching for your mate, and you feel like God has forgotten about you, you feel like something's wrong with you, we understand. We've been there.
Yeah.
I was 52 when I walked down the aisle, 48 when I came across Terrence on a social media. On a dating platform, which we would not recommend to anybody because they had his old profile up and he hadn't even been on that dating site for 5 years. But to God be the glory, because God works in the algorithm.
When you say God does things that can't be done by anybody else, that was his way of saying there's no doubt that it was me that made this connection.
Not only did he work in the algorithms on that outdated dating site, he also came back and did a double whammy and worked in the algorithms on Facebook as well. So when God ordains something, oh, trust me, the enemy might try to delay it, but God is that it is coming straight to you. The enemy might try to delay it, but it is coming straight to you.
That's a message in itself.
Yes.
So I don't even want to go into it because it'll take me down a rabbit hole.
Yes. So, so you're on the right channel, and we're here to encourage, inspire, and share our testimony and story. And at the end of the day, our mission is to increase kingdom marriages.
Pretty much. That's exactly why we're here. So we definitely want to produce good fruit.
Yes. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed because I can't get on TikTok. And I wanted to go live on TikTok because TikTok, as you know, it might be ended in a few days.
See, you need to put that phone down. But
oh look, we could go live.
So that's what happens when you praise God. He changes things.
Let's see. All right. So again, a lot of you had suggested from last week that we changed the videos from the phone and all of that. iPad, we have been going on iPad. We used to use StreamYard, which was horizontal. Oh, we're not doing all of that. Which was horizontal. And so, but YouTube requires that we go vertical. So we had to keep the iPad, and we up in here like we're in a twin bed.
It's all good. See, this is my wife, so why would I worry about how close we need to be?
Right. I just feel like I'm all exposed, but
not a little bit.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Hey Tanya. Hey. Couple of announcements. On our last video, we mentioned we invited you all out to join us in prayer every Friday at midnight, Friday into Saturday morning. This is something that my mom, my parents, this is their thing. It's called War Cry, and it's a small, intimate group, just 20. And so I said, Mom, listen, we got some groups of friends. We got a group of friends over on YouTube that we would like to invite to this intimate setting. And she was like, yeah, bring them on. Because I know a lot of you want prayer and you want to be in, amongst believers. And so we invite you. I'll put the flyer up in a post. But in the last video, in the content of the last video, it's also the Zoom link. So the Zoom link, as well as, so join us, we go in. So it's from midnight to 2 a.m. Midnight to about 2 a.m. and a straight prayer.
Look, you talking about some prayer warriors? Oh my goodness.
My aunt, she's an intercessor. It's all, so whatever you're believing God for, in your all's case, I know you're believing God for marriage. So we go in. She caught us live. We go in, we praying, and is at midnight. You can be in your bed praying. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can just put on the sound, and we're going in prayer. If you want to give a testimony, there's a time for that. If you want to ask for a special prayer request, there's a time for that. But you're welcome to join us. That's what we be. Well, let me just be honest and transparent. On Friday nights, I fall asleep at 8 o'clock if we don't go out. So sometimes it's a stretch for me to get back up at midnight. But for the most part, it's the goal to get up at midnight to pray with the family. So you all are welcome. So the other, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go, because I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, you see, she's trying to make some trouble now. Y'all see that, right? Look, I was just going to say, if you have never been on a group where they are praying from beginning to end for an hour, 2 hours straight, I'm trying to tell you, you don't know what you missing.
Yeah, we used to.
When we get on there and get off, it seems like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like we done been delivered from everything that could be troubling us, anything that can be trying to hold us back. It seems like it's been taken care of during that prayer. It's a powerful experience if you've never been in something like that.
And a lot of times, Terrence and I will go into fasting for that Saturday. We'll go from that prayer into fasting for that until at least till dinner Saturday night. So if y'all want to join us, I don't know if Wanda's on here tonight. I know she has Bible study tonight, but Wanda, she's a home friend from home. Yes, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12 a.m. I'll put the flyer up, but in the last video, the information is in the description. But I'll put a flyer up. All right. How do I get rid of this troll? Oh, I forgot how to do it.
I don't know, baby. Don't let that person distract you. Keep going.
I know your spouse is getting closer to you. Yes. All right, somebody asked the other day, and I'm going to let Terrence ask this. Do you remember this? Somebody asked the other day how soon, when Terrence and I were, quote unquote, dating, because we never even said we were dating. We went from getting We went from friends to fiance to engaged. But someone wanted to know how soon in us dating did Terrence introduce me to his kids. You remember?
Okay. First, the answer to the question is, to give you my experience, I got divorced in 2006. I did not ever take a woman home and introduce to my kids through that time. I did not want them to see me bringing different women home because I got a daughter and I wanted to make sure I raised her to know that's not a good thing. Okay? So Jill is probably the second woman that I've ever introduced to my kids. And the first time was when they was probably 10, 11 years old. My kids are grown now. They're like 29.
Yeah, they were 25,
so
going
20,
on 25.
Yeah.
They're twins,
So,
a boy and a girl. They're twins, or male
So
and female.
I say that to say I had no intentions of introducing anyone to my kids until I felt personally that she was the one. So once I got to that point, then it was about, okay, I like to introduce you to my daughter. Before we go any further when it comes to being serious about what this relationship or what it can come to be, I want to make sure I officially introduce you guys and give y'all an opportunity to meet and see what this vibe is all about. So it was months later. It wasn't like we did something and then maybe 3 months later, but it was around that time because it wasn't long before I proposed to her. But I did not propose until after they had met.
Yeah. So we started talking. Terrence came into my DMs in November. Mm-hmm. And we talked for months and we met face to face that June. And I met, Terrence's son was living in New Zealand. Yeah. So I didn't get to meet him. But Terrence's daughter, he brought her to Raleigh to my house in August. So June to August. And I think August, that's when we, on the third video that we've ever done, he slid into my DM. The third video that we ever done, Terrence did a video saying how I knew she was the one. And one of the things he said was that his daughter liked me. I think he said something about his daughter. Mm-hmm. And so, okay, thank you, Aisha. Thank you, because I'm trying to catch him and all that. Thank you. So it was, so that one of the things is that he wanted me to meet his daughter because he knew after, I guess that played a part, which I'm glad it did, played a part. It was August, he brought her to Raleigh. We met face to face in June. August, he brought her to Raleigh. September, I took my first trip to Charlotte. And that's when I met his sisters. Mm-hmm. His oldest sister, and his oldest sister, I never forget, this is what she said to me, because there's a lot of them, a lot of siblings, but this is his oldest sister. Terrence had walked out the house. He was outside, and she looked at me, and she said, "You got a good one." She said, "You got a good one." And I was like, wow. And I was so glad I met her because like 2 years later, she passed away. Yeah. Sharon. So blessings to Sharon. But yeah, so, and then December is when Terrence proposed. So it was like the second or third time I had come back to Charlotte, he proposed. So so he was not going to, I guess, if his family didn't like me, it wasn't going to happen. And I totally wanted that to happen because I'm the same way with my family. Like if they, because family matters.
But here's something I want y'all to understand though. Although we give in times, you got to understand your story is going to be much different because it's going to be about you and your situation. Because at the end of the day, even though it was only less than a half a year before I proposed, to me, it was longer than that because I'm thinking about how long we spoke on the phone, texting, all these things we did, because we did that for almost a year before we even seen each other. So although after seeing her, it was only 4 months or so, it really, to me, still felt like it was over a year that we had been talking and dating before I proposed to her because of how long that we had been talking on the phone.
Yeah. And then you got to also remember it was during the pandemic. So we were slow for, society was just, everything was everything was different. And yeah, so, but it wasn't, no, we didn't. And that's the funny part. We didn't tell anyone we were dating.
No,
and
when we announced that we were engaged,
our
family and friends was like, what? Who y'all?
What?
Wait a minute. You been dating somebody? So yeah, they all was just.
Well, the immediate family knew because we had met each other, like our siblings and of course his kids, my parents. But as far as like our cousins, and because we both got huge families on all sides, so they didn't know until we posted it on Facebook. We posted our engagement. Yeah. Actually, let me tell you what, y'all know how. Okay, that's not 100% true. We took a picture, our first picture together. Terrence and I took a picture together. And you know how as women, we're very, we're going to respect his privacy. I wasn't the one who always posts pictures anyway, but we're going to respect his privacy. And I looked on Facebook and he had posted our picture on Facebook and we were dating. Well, we were in that, and I was like, what the heck? But I didn't post it on mine. I wasn't crazy. He posted it on his. Look, I didn't post it on mine.
When you're with the one, see, all the rules go out the window. Because the things you would have done, because she would tell you. She looked on my page to see if I was posting stuff. So for over a year, I didn't post anything. So now that I'm with the one, why wouldn't I post?
And when I posted, when we posted again, it was the picture that's in our profile on YouTube.
So it's no rhyme or reason to this, which is why it's like, don't even try to worry about what other people are doing. When you're with the right one,
what you feel is best.
What is right for y'all is right for y'all.
Yep.
Because your story is going to be your story, and it's going to be the best story ever told from you.
Yes. So family matters, and he wanted the single ladies and let me tell you, like Terrence is the type where women were coming up and said, God told me you were the one. God told me. I couldn't even go to church one time with him because I wanted to know which one of these ladies is the one that said, God said you're the one. God said you're the one for me. And so, 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 all right. So
we have something to talk about
tonight.
We've been reading a lot of comments, not only on the videos, but also in emails that y'all sent. And we're a little concerned. And the reason why we're concerned is because we really want the best for every one of you. But we want to make sure that we're all understanding what it's going to take for you to attract the person that God has for you, rather than repel them away from you. And the one thing that I looked at, she and I talked about, and this is my advisor here, so I always have to go to her for advice. But
and vice versa.
And
vice
so
versa.
The great thing about it is, the parable about the sower seems to really help explain things, I think, in a way that it allows people to kind of decide where they are based upon the different types of categories that Jesus explained. And so we want to go through that and really give y'all a chance to see if you see yourself in any one of those groups, because then we've already given our email. So now you can actually email us, even though you're commenting on the videos, and we love all the comments. Now you can email us and tell us exactly where you see yourself and what you're doing if you feel you want our support through the process, so we can individually help you where you need help most, rather than trying to generalize everything and hoping you guys can figure it out.
And please continue to share on email, because I love, we love when y'all share and pour out your heart. we'll just say this: we're the women who email us. General rule, we both read them, we both discuss them, but I reply. And when it's the male, because we get a lot of male, I don't. Terrence replies to men. I don't, even on comments that we're getting. I don't reply to men because just out of respect and boundaries. So we want y'all to continue to share, but this platform is more than just putting out videos. Like, we believe God is holding us responsible. We're putting out content, and if we're saying, we want to increase kingdom marriages, the outcome for us, we want to go to some weddings. We want to go to some of y'all's weddings.
We want to be able to show by our fruit.
Yes. Yes. And so we got to make sure that we're helping you to get where you need to be.
Where you want to be.
Where you want to be.
Where God is leading you to be. And you individually.
Yes.
Because all of you aren't in the same spot. Although you all are in the process,
the same goal at the end goal.
In the same place.
You're not in the same, and so we're trying to figure out, because a lot of people ask for coaching, and I'm a Christian life coach, certified Christian life coach, been since 2008. And if I gotta pull that out as well, but we want to make sure you all are getting to where you need to that end goal, because all of you, for the most part, those who just like to come in and hang out, want marriage. Marriage is your end goal. And so we're not going to just throw out videos. This is where you need to go on a date. This is what you need to do, and not help you get to your end goal. Like, that's not, that's not what we're doing here. So
we definitely, just like I said, we just want to make sure we're doing what we can to find out where you are individually, so we can help where you feel you need the help most. That makes sense to everybody. Yes or yes?
Yes, yes.
Have everybody put a yes all the way down.
Yes. Marriage is sacred. That it is.
Absolutely, and that's why we want to do this and know where you are, so we can be the most efficient with you personally.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
So there were 4 different categories that Jesus spoke about in that parable of the seed, of the sower. Okay, and one was
the first.
The first one is by the wayside. Okay, and by the wayside is a person that hears the word but don't understand it. So what happens basically is that you hear the word and it's taken away from you before you can plant it into your heart. And we know the heart's important because the heart is what controls your behavior. It's what's going to control your actions. So until you get it in your heart, okay, it's not really set in your character. It's not who you are. It's not what you want to be yet, because it hadn't gotten to your heart. So the fact that it can be stolen from you just like that, or taken from you just like that, means that there's some doubt there.
Some doubt there. So we could say your husband's gonna come. We said suddenly it's coming. Your husband is coming. It's coming. And a lot of you don't even believe it. You believe it as long as you were looking at the videos. You get hyped, and then you turn it off, and you really don't believe that it can happen for you.
Absolutely.
You really don't believe that. And when I say, if God, the same power that raised Jesus from the dead is the same power that can bring your husband. The same power that gave you, the same God that gave you that job is the same one who'll bring the husband. Who gave you that car, that house, or whatever, those children, is the same one that can bring you the husband. And so a lot of you are listening, and then you doubt. I don't believe that.
And what that means to me is you're just not spending enough time in the Word. You're not spending enough time with God, okay? Because that's where the doubt's coming from. Because believe it or not, even before things get into your heart, even before it gets into your heart, your belief level is directly linked to your effort level. So if you have a very, very strong belief level, then you're going to put the efforts out that you feel that is required to get you to where you want to be, because you believe it. strongly enough to do that. But if you don't, then that means even the effort that you know you need to put out, you may not be, because your doubt is telling you, well, maybe, sort of, kind of, and you're not sure. Yep. So I hope that makes a little sense to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next one is on rocky ground. Rocky ground is where you kind of surface. Okay, it's like it hadn't got in yet. It's not deeply rooted in you yet. It's at a shallow level. Okay, so we really, huh?
No.
No, I was gonna say you really need to receive the word, okay, and really get it in. But right now, it's at a shallow level, so it's like surface level.
And these are the people, men and women, because we just read a comment from a man.
Yeah.
These are the people who, a potential comes. It more than likely is an Ishmael, and you're real gullible.
Yeah.
You fall for them because you don't have any depth,
any discernment,
none of that. So as soon as somebody comes and show a little interest, you're gullible. You're grabbing them, and you think that's your husband or your wife.
And what happens is, once those people decide that you're not the right person for them, for whatever the reason is, but you're not the right person for them for marriage, it destroys you because you're committed emotionally. Even if it was only 30 days in, you're already committed emotionally. And that, again, can be because things are on the shallow end. And it might even be that you're starting to put that narrative in your head that you're in a desperate situation. Not everybody, but for those that it apply to.
Yes.
Okay. Then we have the third one. The third one is, on the thorny ground. And the thorny ground is, you're holding some resentment. You're holding, you got some soul ties maybe that hadn't been dealt with. You haven't been delivered from.
Bitterness,
unforgiveness. So in that person, it just means that, you could be actually blaming a new person in your life for what somebody in your past did because you haven't let that go yet. So that means you need to really pay attention to putting some time in and working on those issues. Ask for deliverance, forgive, repent, all those things, fast, pray, all those things you need to do to make sure you're getting all of that out, because you can't start a marriage with resentment and past soul ties and all those things unresolved.
You're choking the person. Yeah. The person, good people can be coming into your life and the thorns are sticking them and choking them and choking them out. And so they can't get but so far with you because there's a lot of bitterness and unresolved issues.
And in most cases, the issues aren't about them. It's just been taken out on them.
How do you know when those things out? We'll answer that in just a minute.
And then we have the fourth example that Jesus gave. And that was the good soul. And in the good soul, you get everything that you need. You're getting the word, okay? You're also bearing the fruit. And that right there is probably one of the most important things you're bearing the fruit. And here's the thing. The Bible says some 100-fold, some 60-fold, or 30-fold, and some 30-fold. So I say that to say, when you're on good soil, God's multiplication really shows itself, because it's not what we learned in school. God's multiplication is different from what the math that we were taught. It's on a whole nother level. So
folds.
Yeah. So it's a very, very powerful thing. And we want to get everybody, help everybody, assist everybody in whatever way you need to get to the good soul.
That question when she asked, how do you know when you're delivered, when that is out of you? Because you'll start bearing fruit. The peace of God, So say for instance, say you have unforgiveness towards your dad, because he, left out on your life or whatever, and that unforgiveness, because it doesn't have to be unforgiveness for a previous mate.
Right.
You can have unforgiveness for a friend, a family member.
Somebody just did you wrong in
Right.
the airport, or
Right.
whatever it is.
Right. Yeah, and so you'll know when you have peace about the situation. So when you think of your dad, there's no more. You don't tense up, resentment. You don't have those harboring feelings. And then fruit. Peace is a fruit of the spirit, and the fruit will start to dwell up. Sprout up in you. But it's a lot of what we're saying. It's we could tell by the comments. We could tell by the email. Sometimes we'll get an email just like saying like something like just wanted to say, don't stop what you're doing. That person, don't ask for nothing else. Don't say nothing else. That's what the email is. That's a fruitful person. We already know that person is, for one, that person has enough fruit to plant fruit and, to sow a seed in us. And so, sorry. But it's a lot. It's tons of y'all are fruitful. Tons.
Yes.
And the Lord gave me a message for you all, and is a video coming out this weekend for those who fall in number 4. So I guess the question is where do you fall? I mean, it's up to you.
It's where you fall. Where do you see you are? Because you know yourself right now better than anybody else, for one, but you certainly know yourself better than we know you. So we don't want to assume, we don't want to prejudge or anything. We just want to put it out there and say, now you have our email. So when you're sending emails to us, share with us where you feel you are and ask us anything you want to ask from that point, because now we say, okay, now we got the foundation of where
now we know how to
she or he is. So now we can say, we can be more specific about your individual situation rather than generalizing for the 11,000 people that we have that go on here.
Right, yeah. And I think once you have some self reflection and some introspection, like somebody put up there, that's me, I really don't believe. And once you can admit, that's when deliverance starts. And we always say this, is that if you came across this YouTube channel, oh, God got you.
God is already working.
He's already working on you.
Because he's already starting to
He's
line
ordering
your
your
path
stuff. Yep.
with people that will get you to where you need to be, which is this channel.
Yes.
We're one of those people that God is going to put in your path.
Yep. And so for those who fall in that category, number 1, where you really don't believe it can happen for you, you got to be around believers. Just stick around believers. You got to stay around believers. Because is it doubt when you ask God about? We missed it. But doubt can also, let me tell y'all something else where doubt can come in. When you keep asking God for signs, asking God for signs, asking God for signs, asking him for signs. Sometimes the sign is the cross. Like, do you believe that Jesus died on the cross? If he raised up from the dead, he can do anything. Do you believe that he's all powerful and that all things are possible? Do you even believe that? Because a lot of people say, I believe it for you, but I don't believe it for me. I knew you were going to.
Don't believe.
Then right.
Another thing you can do to help your belief is remember what God did for you last. He got you up this morning.
Yes, that's a sign right there.
You was on the way to work saying, oh, Lord, I need a cup of coffee. And somebody brought you a cup of coffee when you got to work, unexpectedly. You needed a parking space and he got you a spot right up in the front so you don't have to walk a half a mile to get into the building that you're going into. Little things that we take for granted are blessings. But a lot of times we don't look at it as such, so we just let it go. But I'm telling you, even if you say, well, I can't remember the last thing he's done for me. What is the last thing he's done for somebody else? Because God's word also says he has no respect of person, which means whatever he do for that person, he would do for you.
He can do for you.
He would do for you. So we need to understand where you are so we can help.
Yes, yes, and where you can also help yourself as well, because once you know where you are, you know what you want in a person. Like if you don't know who you are, which goes into the number two person, who's the gullible person. That person is dealing with an identity thing.
Yeah.
They don't know who they don't know their self worth. They don't know. So we could put out videos all about just be you, all of that. But if your heart posture is not there, ain't no video we could do.
Right.
It'll be back to number one, where you will hear it and the enemy will snatch it.
Yeah, and you guys have been rocking with us long enough that once you pinpoint where you are, you're gonna already know what you need to do.
Yep, it's little thing. People take that for granted, getting parking spaces. Getting parking spaces, especially when it's when it's a crowd. That's God. That's God. We got a check in the mail the other day. It was like, what? First of all, let me just say, March was so phenomenal. Two of my good girlfriends, who I met in 2012. I helped them start their business, their nonprofit. They have a whole nonprofit venture, and established an awesome friendship. And the other day, we had just got off the chat, the Thursday night chat, the video chat. We had just clicked off of it. And I get a text, and it said, a Zelle, couple of $1,000. And I looked. So unexpected. Hadn't talked to them. Hadn't seen them since last September. They live in a whole nother state.
They're on a whole nother level of faith.
Their level of faith.
Those
That's what you need to be on. You need to be around some good people.
Those women are amazing
faithful. We call them the queens of faith, because they step out on $1 million deals when they ain't have no money. No, like this is how they move. And so you got to be around these types of people. But I say that to say anything can happen. We say anything, and look, every day we expect something miraculous, because that's just how God works in our lives. But the other day, we get a check in the mail from the dental office. The Terrence got his teeth pulled last year. It's like,
yeah,
who we get a check
they
from?
basically
Overcharged.
Overcharged us or something, but sent it back
a year ago, almost 2 years ago.
All we do is give thanks.
Yeah, but we're saying that that's the same God who brought the husband. That's the same God. Is the same God. And I know you've gotten miracles like that too, like out the blue. And that's the same God.
And let me share this too, because this is something I went through. You might find yourself, for those that may be having some doubt, you might find yourself that you're confused because you do have faith in one part of your life, but you don't have faith across your whole entire life. Like I have faith where if I needed some money or something, I know God's going to work it out. But then here I am praying and not knowing what to say to get to my God-ordained mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to build that faith for my mate. But when it came to money, or if it came to something else, I didn't question it. I was like, so I had to work on trusting God across the board. So you might be in a situation where you do trust him in some areas, but you haven't practiced in the other areas of your life enough to feel comfortable having that unconditional faith in that area.
It's the same God.
Yes, same God.
Same God. I was having conversations with my sisters the other day. It was like the same God that's causing my sister to make a faith move to move to Ghana is the same God, that is the same God that's helping us get our $1 million house. It's the same God. If he brought my husband, you don't think he can give us a house?
Hey,
it's the same God.
Share a story with y'all. We were actually up in her area where she used to live, and we were looking at houses. And we went and we saw this house that was just ridiculous. It was off the chain. It was like $900,000. So then the salesperson tells us, well, I want y'all to go across the street and look at that house.
One.
So she gives us the key. We go over there, and it's the same house, but it doesn't have all the options. So it was a couple $100,000 less. So we go back over there and say, excuse me, why did you send us across the street? She said, well, I just thought maybe y'all want to look at something with less options because of the price. I said, well, look, let me ask you something. Do you think if I trust God to give me money for a $700-something house, that he won't also give me money for a $900-something house?
Exactly.
Same God. It ain't no more work for him to do one or the other. So if we're going to come and look at a house, we need you to show us your top of the line, whatever it is with all the options, because we ain't playing around.
Exactly. So going back to the two girlfriends that I mentioned, who multimillionaire girlfriends. So when I first met them in 2012, I sat down with them and we were doing building out their for their mission-driven nonprofit business. Because how I say build a business, when you build a nonprofit, always put a for-profit with it. And I said, we're about to do this business plan. I said, and I've pre-drafted the numbers because I'm a numbers person. I said, I pre-drafted the numbers. I said, but don't let the numbers scare you. And the numbers on the paper was up in the six figures. I said, don't let it scare you. That time they didn't have anything. They didn't have anything. Nothing. They looked at the numbers and they tell a story later. Later years we laugh about it, but they looked at the numbers. They didn't show me that they were sweating, but they tell the story years later that we looked at the number and was like, oh my God, like it scared them. Now they make much more than us. And it's faith. It is faith. So the same effort that can help you build $1 million business, or even to help you get a resume and get a job, is the same faith that will bring you the mate. It's the same faith. Mm-hmm. The same faith. The same God. He can do all things. All things are possible. Literally, we can log off of here and somebody can be in your DM. We say it all the time.
Here's the thing about faith, and I'm going to share this story with y'all, so it won't take long, but there were two farmers. They both needed rain for their fields. Only one of them went out and prepared his field to receive the rain. Which one do you think God brought the rain to? Which one are you? See, when we pray and ask God for something, don't ask God how he's going to do it. Just prepare to receive it.
Prepare to receive it.
And then when God is ready, he'll bring the rain. But you need to have your fields ready to receive it when it gets there. If you're not putting the energy to prepare to receive it, that's no need for him to even bring the rain.
And that's basically what he's saying. There's no good thing. His word says, no good thing will I withhold from you if you walk up right before me. He's not going to override your will. If you don't want to receive it, he's not going to make you. Mm-hmm. I got this wonderful husband for you, or wife, if you're male.
Do y'all remember in the Bible when Jesus was walking on water and Peter said, if it's you, call me to you? And he said, come. And he went out and he started walking on the water. And then the enemy tried to rear up the waves, and he lost looking at Jesus, and he got distracted and he sunk. And Jesus said, why did you doubt? Keep your eyes and your focus on Jesus.
Don't worry about the when, the how, the where, the who. Keep preparing.
Keep preparing. Keep preparing. And remember, there's a point where you're going to get very, very close to receiving your blessing. And the enemy is going to put all his eggs in one basket and say, I got to stop this right now. And he's going to attack you with everything he's got. And you're going to think, oh my God, maybe I'm going in the wrong direction. No.
Maybe this is too good to be true.
If you want a sign, the sign is you're going in the right direction, which is why you're being attacked. So keep moving in the same direction.
If you want a sign, that's the sign.
Because that's when God is saying, just stand firm, because the blessing is on the other side of this. You're proving to him right now that he can't make you waver. And I got you on the other side. I'm going through this with you. You're not by yourself. I got you. Don't let him get you distracted just before you receive your blessing, because it's already on the way.
He's already answered your prayer. He's already predestined it.
Yes. And we told y'all the story of Daniel. Okay? Mm-hmm. And if you don't know it, just read Daniel chapters 10, 11, and 12.
I prayed. I sent the blessing, but the Prince of Persia was stopping it.
God sent the angel and told Daniel, the moment you finish praying, God sent your response.
And on the way back to deliver the answer, the angel ran into the Prince of Persia, and the devil, the enemy.
They fought for 21 days. So much, they said that fight was so heavy that God had to send one of his archangels down to help. And while the archangel took over the fighting, he was able to deliver the message. And that's when he told him, God sent your message 21 days ago. I'm just getting here because I've been fighting the Prince of Persia that's trying to prevent you from getting this message.
So those who are falling in category number 4, and you fruitful all over the place, switch the prayer up, because now something is holding up your husband or your wife. So you got to pray now that the enemy that's on your spouse would be released.
Yes. Hallelujah. Look, like we said,
change up them prayers. Stop praying just for a mate. Pray for the deliverance of what's holding it up. It could be generational. It could be a generational curse on that person. Whatever is blocking my spouse. There's a video we did months ago. It was just me on that video because it was for the women. It's like 5 areas you need to be praying for your future spouse. His health. The enemy is trying to stop him for his health. It could be an injury on the job, something that is hindering him from getting to you, because the enemy is on his assignment. He's trying to stop your union.
And you have to understand that your union is bigger than you.
It is so bigger.
Your union is so threatening to the enemy because of what God's purpose is for your union. Your union can be that you and your husband or you and your wife are going to establish an amazing organization. It could also be that you're going to have children that's going to do something on God's behalf. And the enemy's trying to stop it. Remember, in the Bible, they tried to stop Moses when he was a child.
Yes.
When he was a child. Knowing what was going to happen when he became a grown man. They tried to stop him when he was just a baby.
And that's what the enemy, there's no new tricks. That's how the enemy is doing. He is trying to stop the plan of God. You know how many pebble attacks that happens to us in this channel? On this channel? He's trying to stop. He ain't trying to stop us. He's trying to stop us. He's trying to stop y'all. Because let me just put it this way. Not to make it seem like this channel is all of that. There's one channel that we listen to. Well, there's a couple of them. But one in particular that we listen to is what has increased our income in our businesses. Thank God for that vessel. God puts people in your life for reasons. And so the enemy, if the enemy try to stop that person, that guy, it's because he don't care nothing about that guy. He's trying to stop us. And if he stop us, it's stopping you. It's preventing you. That's how the enemy operates.
We're one of the only, and I hadn't seen them all, but we're one of the only channels that are focusing on those that are in God's elevation room.
Yeah, singles.
Everybody else is talking to people that are already married.
Right, already in relationships.
We're the one channel that I know of that we're
not
speaking.
The only one.
Yeah, we're not the only ones, just the only one
right.
I know that we're speaking to people and we're targeting people that are in God's elevation room.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call God's waiting room. You're being elevated right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
that's what he's trying to do for you too.
So this is
he's
a whole new audience that is hearing the word, not for the first time, but hearing the word purposefully. Mm-hmm. Oh, I said that word without stumbling.
Okay.
Woo, I had to slow it down though, but I said it purposefully.
Right, that's what it is, Jess. They're only speaking to the ones who's in their early, and their singles who's in their early 20s, the younger ones. But yeah, God called us to the 40 and older, 50 and older,
because of what we went
because
through.
what we went through.
Yeah.
And so
So you
prepare.
You all are so important. You're going to get attacked.
I got water.
You're going to get attacked because the enemy knows the power of marriage. He knows what God's intent of marriage is. He knows what God is going to do with y'all's purpose in marriage. Mm-hmm. So y'all are going to get attacked more so than probably anybody that's just wanting to start a business.
Definitely. Yeah, he doesn't
I'm not saying expect the attacks. Oh yeah, y'all
yeah,
actually
when you get the attacks, know that it's very near when you get the attacks, and not the attacks that's like, say if you meet the person and y'all feuding, that's not attacks, that's red flags. We're talking about the attacks that comes outside of like things that happens on the job or things that happens outside of the two of you. That's how you know that it's near. And even before the person comes, the attacks that start to, but yeah, that's what the enemy does. Yep. So
yeah.
Woo, any questions before we log off? Because it's been 56 minutes.
Oh, I want to share one more thing. When you think you're waiting on God, know that God's waiting on you. Okay? So you might need to take another step. Take another step towards Him. Even if it's just in prayer, say, Lord, I know you're waiting on me. Direct my steps to you. Direct me to you.
Right. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, those of you who going in the marketplace with your spouse. Woo! Because we need kingdom in the marketplace. More. Wow. We love you too. We love you too.
We want to be as helpful as you need us to be for your specific situation. So don't hesitate. If you got a thought, if you got something you want to say and it's too long to just put at the comments for a video, send us the email.
Yes. Somebody said, what is our religion? Well, I don't like that
I don't know
word.
if we got a religion.
I don't like that. But we're Christ followers.
We're kingdom.
Yeah, Christ followers, disciples.
We're kingdom children.
Yes.
We're kingdom citizens right now.
Christ followers. We follow Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus ain't had no religion.
Jesus didn't teach religion.
Yeah.
So yes,
Woo.
trust him.
Yes. Love.
Yes,
that's
Christ
right.
followers. There
Christ
you go.
followers.
There
Yes.
you go.
How do you show interest to a man you see regularly at church? Pray that if he's ask God to remove the blinders off him, because you're in the vicinity.
Yes.
So ask God to remove if there's any blinders. If he is the one, that God remove the blinders off.
The reason why I laughed wasn't for the question, but it triggered what we heard earlier when the guy was talking about a woman giving the guy the key to say that I'm interested. He said if he didn't take the key the first time, don't give it to him the second time.
Exactly. He sure said that. Yes, I saw Terrence first, and I knew first. I knew almost 2 years before he knew.
See what patience will do for you.
Why does there have to be an attack? That's how the enemy operates.
That's how the enemy operates.
That's his whole MO.
His whole description, when you look up
believe
Satan, says he's here to steal, destroy, kill. That's his nature.
That's his steal, kill, and destroy.
That's the whole reason why he's here.
And then he's going to attack. And then we like to say that everything is going to be wonderful, but he's trying to stop your union. Yeah, that's just what he does. Still killing.
That's why you have to understand that it's a spiritual battle going on.
How did you not think? I did think I was crazy. What part did I did think I was crazy?
They may not have joined us early enough to hear that.
Oh, you didn't hear that? Yeah, I thought I was crazy. And if God shows you, you're gonna think you crazy too. Because it's something you never experienced before.
But you got to trust Him enough to stay faithful, stay obedient.
Heal your heart. Wow, we're praying for you. Heal heart from divorce.
Yes.
Yeah, it's you and when people say yeah, we did a whole video on if God showed. We did a couple of videos like that about that. But yeah, it was so unfamiliar. I was like, Lord, please tell me what's going on with me. And it wasn't. I really didn't. I didn't know it was confirmed until we got together. Until it was
that's funny, but that's how this whole thing got started.
That's how
we didn't know what everything meant as we was going through it. So when we got done and started reflecting on it, we started learning all these things that we wish we would have known, which is why we started the channel in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what faith. Oh, that is so hard to divorce. Yeah.
I've been through it. What do you need to know about divorce?
Wow. Yeah, a lot of, and that's what happened to my parents. My stepfather said that to my mother when they first met. They met at a party, and he said, "You gonna be my wife in almost 50 years." And they in ministry. They got ministry. Yeah. So sometimes it happens like that. Everybody's love story is different.
Yeah, that's
different.
That's why it's so hard. That I won't even say hard. This is why we ain't gonna tell you how your story is going to be. We can't tell you.
We don't know.
Yours is going to be this way. God is going to direct every one of y'all differently according to what His plan is for you individually.
So many of y'all is going to be suddenly. How do you let go of someone to divorce you and you didn't do anything?
You didn't have to do anything. You can't control other people.
Wow, thank you. And then also be careful of saying you did not do anything, because that could be just ask God to show you what you contributed to the demise of the marriage.
Yeah. Ask
God to show you, because a lot of times when you think you didn't do anything, and you can't say how somebody should feel, or how, because if there was a divorce, there was a reason.
You may not understand their reasoning, but in their minds and their hearts, they still had that reason.
That question. So how many years after you got divorced did you get married?
16. Almost 20 years.
Yeah. It was a long time.
Yeah.
And that was admirable. And the other thing that was admirable is because he never talked negatively about his ex-wife. And I can go to, I done been to the ex-wife house and everything, and just, we can, so yeah. Definitely ask God to search your heart as far as that. So, because you want to move on. You want what God has for you. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a special prayer. And we've been talking about that, really doing something for divorce. Yeah. You ready to date now? That's all it takes.
And with divorce, don't let nobody tell you how long it should take.
Right.
Because they're not walking through that journey you are. You take as long as God needs you to be where you are until you get delivered for whatever it is you need to get delivered from. And when you're ready, you're going to be ready.
Somebody said, what did I do in the process of waiting? There's a video we did called Waiting Well. Watch that video, because I think I done told my story about, we probably got about 700 videos up. I think
569 or something.
Oh, if it's me telling me.
To be honest, like she said, if we got 700 videos, I could probably say 690 of them is probably her.
Yeah, tell him, because I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. I saw him first, and so, yeah.
Yeah, so she went through a whole period that I was unaware of until after we got married, and she shared those things with me as we spoke about it.
What if the other person rejects a sent spouse? What if the person, we have free will. Oh, thank you. To God be the glory. Yeah, we have free will. And this is the thing. The person who God has for you is for you.
Yeah, that's why we tell you when people reject you, just let them go.
Just let them go.
That's their way of getting out your way, getting out your next spouse's way.
Clearing it out.
You know, somebody said we saw somebody put up a post one time that says, I think it was today, that says, if you're not my wife, my future wife, or something, if you're not the one for me, then get out my wife's way or something.
Yeah, if you not the one for me, get out my wife's way. Yeah. That's what the guy said.
So that's an awesome way to look at it.
No, I don't keep a journal. Oh, that was a good message, and we just missed it. Yeah, I don't keep a journal. And my love language is words of affirmation. Yeah. Well, I guess I do keep a journal because I type a lot on my phone. I had 2 strokes. I told someone, if you know you're not the one, you're in the way. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And let me just say this. You'll know when it is the one. It's something about what happens to you. First of all, in the spirit realm, you'll know. But it's something that happens in the body, in the nervous system.
It's a spiritual attraction. It's like
it
a
is.
magnet.
It's
butterflies like you was a little child.
You'll know because you've never experienced that before. Mm-hmm. You will never experience, and it will be so unfamiliar. And it'll be a peace that comes over you that surpasses all understanding. But it's something about and that's in the spirit realm. But physically, it's like your whole nervous system just relaxes. It's like it detracts.
I explain that by saying, or I describe that as saying, that's when you're resting in God.
You know,
when
somebody say you
feel that it's like
you know how somebody say you smitten, is you're smitten. Everything is rose-colored glasses when it comes to him. Everything. People say, "Oh my God, it's all over you. It's all over your face."
At work, I just put a new picture up of us. I won't say new, a different picture up of us. And my brother looked at it. He was like, "You still putting pictures up? You done been in this cubicle for 4 years. You still putting pictures up?" Yep, sure is.
He in love.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's like a little girl. It's literally like you're going back, like Taryn said. It's like you're going back to childhood. It's so pure. It's so innocent.
On that dating site that she saw me, when I described what I was looking for, I said I wanted a woman that's going to make me nervous.
And mine is the opposite. I wanted somebody that was going, I mean, he came and it just gave me total peace. Now that I have a different opinion with that. Coastal just said, I think this is what she said. I think she said she was led to go out and buy a wedding dress. I always say, because you want to still be in the present. You still want to be in your single season. So you don't want, thinking so far in the future and preparing that you rob yourself of your season right now. And I'm going to tell you something, because I've heard a lot of people say this, a lot of women, and I've even been with friends and going to look at wedding dresses and stuff and didn't have a mate. Don't rob yourself of the moment when it's time to go look for your wedding dress. It is nothing like it when you got the person, because you literally get the wedding dress and everything that concerns the wedding based on the uniqueness of the two of you. So you can get a wedding dress right now, but I'm gonna tell you, it literally robs the moment when the time comes.
I think she's gonna go get another one.
I think so too.
I think when the time comes, based upon
it ain't gonna fit. It ain't gonna even fit the union.
The experience that you and him are creating and that vibe y'all creating, You may look at that dress and say, this dress is nice. But now I think I want a different dress, because you just don't know that what your theme is going to be yet. You don't know what vibe y'all want to have.
I always thought I was going to have a fall wedding. I always thought I was going to have my favorite color, burnt orange. Our wedding was totally different. Totally different from what I ever thought I wanted. And when I said we had probably the most beautiful weddings I've ever seen. It was simple. It was us. The weather was perfect. 80-degree weather. Bright, no clouds in the sky, and it had called for rain. We had already had a plan B to have the wedding inside if it rained. Beautiful sunny skies, and yeah. So don't rob yourself of the moment by pre-planning your wedding now. No, enjoy your single season, because it's not going to be here for so long. Enjoy it. Enjoy it right now, because you about to be out of it. Enjoy it right now. Yeah.
Well, look.
Yeah.
We have taken enough of y'all's time.
Yes.
So
71 minutes.
We're going to say thank you so much for sharing this evening with us. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your evening.
Yes.
We pray that we said something that resonated with you, and we hope to see you guys on our very next video.
Yes, and don't forget, if you want to join us for prayer on midnight, Friday into Saturday, midnight, I'm going to put up the flyer, the post with the meeting ID and the passcode. Please join us. You can, when you get on, you can type in the chat. We're special guests of Terrence and Jill, if you want. But yes, join us for prayer, especially if you want some breakthroughs in some areas. Because as I said, we go deep. We go in. We go in. So yeah. All right. So that's it for the Smiths.
Yes.
All right. Y'all be blessed.